Number 20 is Sam Hopkins. And number 29 is Jake Emmett. And the Centurions coach is Paul Rowley. 4 changes for Rovers as well from last week's win at Halifax. The 3 out of the 4 dual reg players from last week has gone back. Arundel's gone. Peter Godinet's gone, as has Kyle Trout, all back at Wakefield. However, Rovers do manage to keep hold of Tom Johnston for today as well. So Rovers line up at fullback. As you were last week, it's number 2, Will Sharp. In the 3 quarters, number 21 is Jai Hitchcocks. In for Joe Arundel comes number 3, Nathan Chappell. Number 6 is Paul Sykes. And number 33, the only dual reg player for Rovers this week, is Tom Johnston. Of course, a try scorer last week at Halifax. A brand new halfback pair from last week. Gareth Moore misses out due to a shoulder injury. And also Peter Godinet is back at Wakefield. So Rovers halves today. Number 31 is Remy Marginet. And number 14 is Sam Irwin. In the forwards, number 8 is Jordan Baldwinson. And number 10 is Paul Wood. And number 9, in for Irwin, who switches to half, comes Andy Ellis. In the second row for Rovers, number 18 is Jamie Cordy. Alongside 19, Alex Foster. And the loose forward, number 13, is Tim Spears. On the bench for Rovers, number 24, Mason Tonks. Number 17, returning, is Matt James. Number 16, De Bostock. And a big boost for Rovers, making his first appearance of the season. The rotating hooker is number 14, Luke Teasdale. That's a massive boost for Rovers. Joe, your thoughts on the teams and your thoughts on today's match?
Well, yeah, the teams have come out. We restricted down to 1 dual reg player from last week, but we've gone and got the pick of him, haven't we? Johnston took his tries very well last week, and all around his kick pressure was superb. You look down the teams, and this Leigh side, undoubtedly a very impressive outfit. Last season, they really ran some teams ragged, and they've kept the majority of that squad together, along with adding a little bit of quality. It's hard to look away from the players that they have and think the result could go anyway but them. But then you think about the individual battles. You think about that front row, Paul Wood and Jordan Baldwinson taking it up to Jamie Acton and Fui Mai. You know, Jordan Baldwinson, he's a young, hungry lad. He spoke to us last week after the game saying he was looking forward to this contest. He's got to go up against Fui Mai. And who knows, if he gets over him on this one, that could set him up for the season, couldn't it? If players win their individual battles, if we take it to them early on, then who knows? We are the underdogs today. But if we come out of the gates well, this could go any way.
Indeed it could, and the biggest dangers for the Centurions, of course, have got to be a halfback. The partnership of Ridyard and Brealey in this division caused so much damage to teams. Rovers have got to be on the guard against them today.
Yeah, definitely the case, but they are halfbacks you can close out, and if you limit their support, because that's a key thing with the Centurions, on every break they make, their supporting runners are fantastic, and you've got you can try and cut them off, though. If you make sure we track back in numbers, then we can stop them scoring on the second phase particularly, which is going to be important in today's game. I'm not normally a fan of the first try is massively important because I think a team can bounce back and it can have negligible impact. But today, without a doubt, it's crucial. Rovers need to score first here to get Leigh with their backs against the wall. Otherwise, if they get the momentum, could be game over early doors.
Just how big a miss for Rovers after last week is Gareth Moore. He has superb in throughout the match until he went off injured. A shoulder injury it is. And just how big a miss is he? Has outcome the Centurions now. But Gareth Moore's a massive miss.
It definitely is, particularly with Gareth Moore's kicking game. It was very impressive last week and was instrumental in pinning Halifax back at certain points. He's developed the real nous to his kicking game. He knows when to send it to touch. Now as the players come out to the field, what a cheer that is. But yeah, Gareth Moore's got to be a big miss there, and it's going to be important for Sam Irwin and Remy Marge today. We've seen good, clever little kicks in the opposition areas from the two of them, but the long kicking game hasn't been exhibited so far. You don't want to be restricting yourself to going out to Paul Sykes in the centre, so it's going to be an important game for those two, without a doubt, Ben.
It certainly is, Joe. And just one last thing before the kick-off. Rovers are going to get first use of the ball, playing down towards the Post Office Road end. We've said it on a number of occasions, but today especially, discipline, Joe, has got to be massive.
Huge. This Leigh side, perhaps more than any other team in the division, will punish you. Here is we see Baldwinson going up against Fui right from the off, and Barlow's in on that challenge. This is going to be one. Oh, and here we are. We've earned ourselves a penalty there. High challenge awarded by the referee, and so a chance to get ourselves into a good area now and spring an attack.
Indeed, so the penalty for Rovers early doors, which Marginet takes. Rovers are going to start this set on their own 40 now. Here's the tap, and here comes that play now. Marginet finds Wood. Rovers have got a big front row, but obviously that's to match the Centurions. Let's a Philly for Moimai over from the NRL. Here's Tim Spears now. He goes up against the Centurions. Sam Barlow. Loose forward on loose forward. Sam Barlow known very well down here, of course. Spent a period on loan last year. Not last year, the year before last. Rovers on halfway now, Ellis. Moved out to that left-hand side. It's Marginet again. Rovers are into Leigh 40. That's a good first set for Rovers. On the back of that Centurions penalty. Cording now. Takes on that Centurions line. Takes on Moimoi. Here's the last tackle. Ellis waits. Finds Marginet. Marginet's going to give that ball some early doors. Here's the chase. Sharp's after it. Shas. What a take that is. I thought Sharp had got it. It was a great take from Matt Nelly. A great first set for Rovers, Joe, pinning the Centurions back.
Yeah, it definitely was. We got ourselves out of there with that penalty and came upfield well, making good use of the ball with the second rowers, particularly Cording coming onto the ball. Then Irwin puts in a high kick and it's great pressure there as the ball comes loose and Rovers have come away with it. I think that's Sam Irwin with the ball. No, it's Baldwinson now as Ellis gives the ball to Wood. He tips it on to Spears and he takes it in. Another huge set. Good chance early doors for the Rovers. Can they come away with the points?
We'll find out now. Here's Irwin. Through the hands it goes to Marginet. Marginet returns back where he's been. Takes on Fui Moimoi. Rovers were looking to improve on last time they were here against the Bulls. So much pressure on the Bulls 20 early doors. Irwin goes down the short side to Baldwinson. It's put to ground. Joe was calling for it short. It went to the middle of the field. The chance goes begging for Rovers, but good early pressure on the Centurions line.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you've got something set, then you send it to the inside. But to me, a 3-on-2, when you're on the scrum line, you've got to take it short side. Good early pressure from the Rovers, though. We've not come away with the points, but we've got an opportunity to pin the Centurions on their line. We're dominating the opening exchanges.
Certainly are. Here is a scrum then for Rovers. For Leigh Centurions, sorry. Out it comes. Centurions now attacking down the short side. Good defence from Rovers on that occasion. Nathan Chappell in attendance. Penkovic moves it inside. And here's Kurt Haggerty now. Through the hands it goes. Here's Ridyard. Moves it on to Brearley. Brearley out the back door to McNally. McNally moves it along. This is where the Centurions are dangerous. Moving that ball along the line superbly there. And here's Johnny Pownell now. Ridyard moves it back inside. Centurions just short of halfway now. Penkovic takes on the Rovers line, gets the offload away to Brearley. That's a forward pass. The referee said it's gone backwards. How has that gone backwards, referee? I don't know, but that's a kick through. There's a knock on. So possession is going to go to Rovers. Joe, from where I was, that looked a mile forward.
Surreal to me. It's either forward or knock on, take your pick. But clearly a different angle to us. We're up here, we don't quite know. But scum down here, we're on our 30, so had a good defensive set there. Leigh moved it wide. They were looking dangerous, but cover defence, fantastic. We need that great defence we saw last week at Halifax.
They certainly do. As the scrum pats down now and Rovers will feed. And here is Martinet. He sees the gap! Martinet, I thought he was through. The gap was closed well, though. By Kurt Haggerty. Sharp now. And here are Rovers. Rovers look fired up and they're just short of halfway. It's only the second tackle. Spears now moves it on to Baldwinson. Takes on the line. Here's Paul Wood now. Rovers back in the Centurions half. Just short of the Centurions 40 now. Here's Spears. There's a kick from Martinet. It's a high one. Good chase from Rovers. It's not back. It's going to be a knock on the last tackle. It is the turnover. Great pressure. A great set from Rovers. Applying the pressure to the Centurions in the opening few minutes here. So on the last tackle, it is the turnover now. Referee making the move further out. They're trying to play it from somewhere where it's not. Happy enough now, and here is the first drive. Here's Barlow now. Through the hand it comes, down this near side. Kurt Haggerty again, getting through a lot of work early doors. It's Haggerty. Here goes Penkovic. Penkovic sees the gap and then falls over his own feet. Rovers defence opened up though, Joe. And there's the penalty now for the Centurions. Will Sharp not happy. Rovers need to be tighter around the ruck. And a clear gap through, and that's easy yards for the Centurions.
Yeah, you can't be getting that kind of space down the middle, particularly when we have hookers like Penkovic and Bezic. They're going to take advantage of you, and we saw that dangerous support play from the Centurions. Rovers tracked back well, though, and were able to cover it. It's possibly a smart penalty to give away there from Sharp, if you can give away a smart penalty. Holds up the play, but then it's brought down this left side. It's tackled down, though.
Indeed, it was a great short play move from the Centurions, trying to catch the Rovers out. Ridyard finds Moi Moi. He's certainly a big unit for the Centurions. Oh, that's an awful play. The referee's waits the tackle count. What's he going to say here? The referee has given head and feet to the Centurions. I thought Leigh had knocked that forward. It looks like referee said that Rovers made a play for the ball and therefore has knocked on and put head and feet down to the Centurions. Good chance now and good pressure for Leigh.
Yeah, to be fair to the man in the middle, I do think the Centurions knocked it back, and then when Rovers tried to claim it, the ball goes forward. But yeah, unfortunate there from Fev. If they jump on the ball there, they come away with it and they've survived this pressure. Now they've got another set to face as it's brought down the right. Sykes is getting handed off. The tackle's made though. Now they bring it inside. Come on, lads, you've got to nab onto him. Can't get that down, and now here they are, just short of the Rovers line. Bring it to the left. It's Briley with the ball. He brings it out to Barlow. Barlow gets the ball away to Ridyard. Ridyard still got the ball. Well tackled there.
Centurions then 3 meters short of the Rovers line under the sticks. Here's Brearley. McNally finds Armstrong. They're in the corner with Liam Kay. It's Liam Kay who's in the corner. A superbly worked overlap for the Centurions. The play was in the centre field, worked out to the left through the hands of McNally. The Rovers winger was sucked in, and Liam Kay with an easy walk in. First blood to the Centurions. We said it was important today. It's gone against the Rovers. Featherstone Rovers 0, Leigh Centurions 4.
Well, 3 repeat sets there, and the pressure told, didn't it? Leigh brought it wide well and just had the numbers on us on the overlap there. Kay finishes it. I'm not sure he's had an easier finish in his life. Now, though, Ridyard with a difficult opportunity to extend the lead. First blood goes the Centurions' way, and it's got to take something special to get back in it.
Certainly, when Rovers have been on the Centurions line, they have looked impressive. But then the Centurions, like Joe says, with 3 tackles on the Leigh line, on the Rovers line. Discipline costing Rovers again. And, of course, the knock-on. Here's a kick, the conversion. It has gone across the upright, so a let off for Rovers in that respect. Can't let the heads drop, though, Joe. Featherstone Rovers 0. Leigh Centurions 4.
No, we need a huge response from the lads, and we need it quickly. Because if this Leigh side get momentum behind them, then there's very little you can do to stop them. This really could be one big individual performance. You know, we have one shot on this next tackle, and suddenly it sways our way again, and it's game on once more.
And so Rovers then will be kicking off. Paul Sykes puts the ball down. Here is that kickoff from Sykes. It's down towards his left-hand corner. A superb kick it is, and here's the return. And a good chase from Rovers, penning Leigh back. And that's what you want. Joe, you mentioned one good tackle. Rovers get that tackle in and the drive back as well. And here's Fui Moi as well.
Yeah, Nathan Chappell more like a matador there with Fui running at him than a rugby league player. Managed to keep hold of the horns though.
Indeed, here's Barlow now with the offload to Fui Moi. The most easily identifiable player on the field due to his hair. As Penkovic waits now. Good defence from Rovers. Foster in there. There's an early kick from the Centurions. It bounces just nicely in the field of play. That's a good kick from Leigh. So it is going to be a scrum down on the 30-metre line for the Centurions. An early kick, Joe, turning Rovers round. And just a chance for Leigh to take a breather and set themselves up again.
Yeah, I can't do with these new pitch markings, Ben. I was a bit worried that was going out for a 40-20, but no, it's short of the 30 because the pitch has been moved up, of course. Yeah, Rovers now on the 30. They've got the ball in a good position. They've pinned Leigh back well in that set, so we need to make good yards. Marginet there, bringing the ball in well. Takes real courage from a little man there, but takes in no backward step there. Now Baldwinson makes the step, and Fui is left leaping. Defence to his rescue.
Indeed, and Rovers work it out this right-hand side. Here's Chappell now. The ball's come loose. What's the referee saying? Is that a let-off for Rovers? The referee's finally given the knock-on. I don't think the referee, to be fair, had a clue. It's given Rovers head and feed. The referee has given Rovers head and feed. It was a one-on-one strip. The ball came loose. The referee did not have a clue on that call. He looked to his toucher, so I don't think he knew either. But the ball was stripped one-on-one, and Rovers are going to get a head and feed on this scrum.
Yeah, I'm afraid because of the net, I couldn't see the touch judge's signal, but the referee looking rather bemused towards his touch judge. Not sure who was at fault there, but it did look to be a one-on-one strip and a knock-on, so whichever way it was, I think the correct decision's given. And drop off there into Baldwinson. He takes it into the line, but he's met by a barrage of Leigh defenders. They've got us pinned back on the 40 still.
Indeed, Baldwinson working hard as he always does. Here's the gap. I thought for a second Derlin was through the gap then, but closed very quickly by Leigh. Here goes Wood now, offloads to Spears. Rovers working hard in the forwards. You can see the enthusiasm. Here's Wood again now. Rovers moving to the Leigh half. Ellis, Rovers fans want a penalty for offside. Here's a kick from Marginet. Taken by Will Sharp. It's the last tackle. It was Irwin with the kick, sorry. That's the turnover. But again, Rovers turning the ball over in the right place, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. Good last tackle play. It's a high kick in, and who better under it than Will Sharp? Against lesser teams, that kick's going to cause trouble, and it certainly did well enough to pin Leigh back here. Can the defence do the same?
So the Centurions now trying to work out for their own 20. Clever play from Penkovic. Clever play it was. He saw the Rovers markers weren't square, ran straight at them, and an easy penalty for Leigh, getting them up to halfway. Poor discipline, Joe, but you've got to praise Penkovic for the quick thinking.
Definitely. This is a team full of heads-up rugby players that we're up against today, and yeah, it's going to take hard work and smart thinking from our own players if we're going to stand a chance. Now as they're bringing the ball up to the line, that was marginal, that one, and Barlow gets the ball away again. He's Fui bringing the line once more. Knocks the captain, Tim Spears, out. The ball comes loose. To me, that's a knock on. The referee thinks otherwise. Great cover defence from the Rovers as Fui's down on the floor here. Not sure what's wrong with him.
Neither am I. Huge roars of disapproval ringing out around the big fella stadium. It has to be said that was a very marginal pass. I, for one, thought it had gone forward. I think Joe did as well. But this is massive for Leigh that Fui Moimoi gets back up and is able to continue. I think he will be. He's back up on his knees. Chance for the players just to take a breather. Just take on some instructions here. 15 minutes gone in the first half. It is Featherstone Rovers 0, Leigh Centurions 4. Fui Moimoi is okay. And play will restart now. The trainers and officials very slow at getting off the field. Jamie Acton was the player who was tackled. So the referee saying he's the one who has to play that ball. I think the Centurions are trying to pull a fast one on the referee, but he was alert to that one. Here is Centurions now, though. 20 metres out, centre field, Penkovic. That's a shocking pass, but it's well picked up. Here's Kurt Haggerty. Ridyard, through the hands it goes. Here's Brealey now. Brealey moves it out right on the fall on that far side. Here's Pownell. Centurions then, 20 metres out. Here's Brealey again. He'll put that kick across. Liam Kay takes it, drops it back. It's the last tackle, is it? Referee's not signalled, but the ball is knocked on. What's the referee going to say here? It's given head and feet to the Centurions.
Yeah, Foster or Chapel there waving their arms in the air as the kick's coming over, and referee had no choice. It's a knock on there, and we've got to weather the storm once again. Leigh with another full set on the Rovers line here.
Indeed, they have it. One try for the Centurions down the short side so far. Other than that, Rovers matching them in defence. Here's Brealey though. McNally takes on the line. I hope I haven't jinxed Rovers there, and Leigh won't go over here. Will Sharp moving up. Through the hands it goes. Here's Acton now. Penkovic strolls into that's in half. Fui Moimoi has come off. And a forward pass is given. Obstruction it was, sorry. So Fui Moimoi goes off. I think that's as a result of his injury earlier on. Replaced by Oliver Wilkes. A good nearly 20 minutes he's had, and it's certainly caused some problems, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. Really needing that penalty there, the Rovers. I don't think I've ever heard such a big cheer for an obstruction call, but that one certainly raised the roof. Baldwinson now bringing the ball into the line down the middle. This Leigh Pack more mobile now, so what can we do? Will we bring the ball out wide instead? Sherwin taking it into the line. Need to make sure we can get our big men on the ball. Make use of these second rowers. The ball's now brought out to Chapel. Can't get it away, unfortunately, as they bring it down the short side.
Indeed, as Matt James has come on for Tim Spears. Ellis now. Irwin moved through the hands to Marginet. That's moved on again to Cording. Steps away from one, but good defence from Leigh. The referee says that's the last, so Martinet will dink a kick back in field. That's a great kick. A clever kick, but it's well defended. And a good return as well, but a clever kick from Martinet.
Yeah, clever little kick there. Rovers chase very aware to it and do well on the chase, pinning Leigh back, but then Martinet gets handed off on the return and Leigh gained those extra yards.
Here's Barlow now down the short side. Rovers tries to get him in touch and the ball came loose. What's the referee given here? It has given touch. That's superb defence from Rovers. Paul Wood in the tackle. Nathan Chappell. Tom Johnston as well. Sam Irwin. Great defence from Rovers, and what a place to force touch.
Fantastic. I'm not sure who made that goal, but they really bellowed, forced him to touch and kept the lad on his feet, managed to get him out there, and that's an important turnover here as 20 minutes to go in this half. We've got a chance to just 30 metres out. What can we create this time?
Martinet. Looking to find a gap. He's gone back to practically where the scrum is. Joe not happy with that play. Alex Foster has acted in halfback. I'm not sure about that one. Finds Jordan Baldwinson. Bit of a strange call there, but Ellis back now. Shows it towards, then takes on the line himself. That's a good dart from Ellis. Matt James now, Wood. Through the hands, here's Foster, steps away from one. Great step from Foster to get away from Armstrong. Ellis. Martinet drops it off to Chappell. Chappell throws one away like he might as well not be there, then holds on to the ball. Rovers on the Centurions 10. Martinet gets the kick through. It's a good take though. Great defence from Will Sharp. But Centurions, it's hardly time to breathe in this match. That's a good break it was from Liam Kay, but well defended by the Rovers. And Centurions now, always worries me when teams do that, but what a great play that is. And the Centurions are now up to the 30.
This is a team playing with confidence early in your tackle count, and you're willing to swing the ball all the way across the field, but hey, they come away with the ball still in hand, and they make good yards out of it now as they're bringing it down this left side. This is well met, though, by that Rovers defence.
Oliver Wills plays that ball to Penkovic. He'll put a kick that's charged down. Great play by Foster. Alex Foster, superb, and then wins a penalty as well. Superb play from Alex Foster to charge the kick down. That, of course, is play on. He then managed to retrieve the ball. And not only that, he wins a penalty.
Yeah, great play there by the young lad here from Leeds, of course. And he's been impressive in these opening few games. He's earned another important one today. He needs to start making good use of these second rowers.
Two balls on the field, so the referee temporarily stops the clock. And here we go now then. Irwin drops that ball off to Paul Wood. He's had a good opening stint as well. Rovers are back in the Centurions 25. Irwin shows it once, twice. Here's Marginet now. Out Cording. Rovers working that ball. Rovers fans on the far side not happy. Marginet again now. Matt James. Rovers getting through the work. Still struggling to get again to break through that line though. Baldwinson. Irwin. Will Sharp in the line now. Hands off one. Tries to get away from the second but can't do. Foster steps inside. Gets the offload away to Ellis. That's the last tackle. Rovers 5 metres short. Chappell tries to go himself. Joe not happy with that call. It is the turnover. But again, I said it before, if you're going to turn it over, you might as well do it on the Centurions line.
Yeah, you're never going to get over from there, but it does pin the Centurions back now. That's first tackle there in their own 10. And yeah, Nathan Chappell, I suppose he's not used to being at acting half, so he's undoubtedly not going to put out some try assist of a pass, so perhaps you do take the short side option.
Okay, here are Centurions now, just short of their own 40 as Rovers make a change. Andy Ellis goes off and on for his first appearance of the year. He made such a difference in the second half of the season last year. Did Luke Teasdale for Rovers, and he is on now, Joe. What difference can he make?
Well, it was very unfortunate in the grand final to have his try chalked off correctly, to be fair. Now as Ridyard might just work himself through, but Alex Foster comes away with the ball once again. Get the quick play. Come on, referee. Holding up, and it's Teasdale now. The ball's knocked out there, but fairly, I think it's a knock-on. Play on now. Centurions coming back with the ball. What a crazy bit of play we had there.
Indeed, we did. As Penkovic breaks again. It was Teasdale who put the ball down. But Alex Foster again is having an absolute blinder this afternoon. Kurt Haggerty now, though. Just inside the Rovers half. Buzzy waits. Here's Mike Emerson for the Centurions. Ridyard, Braley. That's good play. Here are the Centurions. It's Tommy Golden. 25 metres out, wins the penalty. I think there may have been a bit of gamesmanship in that one, but the penalty given anyway. But Alex Foster, Joe, what a first half he is having this afternoon as Rovers prepare to bring on Andy Bostock.
Yeah, definitely. He's very switched on today. He's forever coming up with the ball. He's running the ball in hard and working himself off the floor, which is essential. It means we're getting these quicker plays. It's been quite a slow day for ruck plays, to be honest. And yeah, so if you can work hard off the floor, you can come away with it well. Now as they bring it down the short side, they're looking dangerous once more. The ball's brought away and Penkovic comes away with it. He's bringing it in, but the defence covers well.
And the ball's come loose. It's another penalty. We said it before the game, how much discipline was important. Rovers not maintaining the discipline, conceding another penalty. The Centurions are going to have another 6 and the Rovers 10. Here's Ridyard now. Drops it off to McNally. And the ball is put down. So Rovers with a huge let-off there. Leigh failing to capitalise on that massive chance. As Rovers are going to make a change. And Jordan Baldwinson is coming off. And on comes the beast, Joe. It's Andy Bostock.
Yeah, come on, Bozzy. Huge game for you. You can get those broken plays with your offloads, and then we can find ourselves away. This Leigh side proving a very difficult defence to unlock through the halfbacks. They're unable to create anything, but yeah, one of your forwards gets the ball away, and you're on your way, aren't you?
Will Sharp plays that ball. That's a good drive from Rovers. It's Jai Hitchcox. Wood. Offloads to Bostock. Bostock's on the charge. What a run from Bostock. Andy Bostock. That's just what you want. Teasdale now, Irwin. What a pass to Chappell. Nathan Chappell. Nathan Chappell is over for Rovers. What a superb try for Featherstone Rovers. The Warhorse. The machine, Andy Bostock, broke through the Centurions line. A quick play ball. Ellis found Chappell down the short side. Still had so much work to do, but manages to get through and ground that ball. Featherstone Rovers 4. Leigh Centurions 4.
Huge credit there has to go to the forwards. Matt James and Andy Bostock, they've come on, and yeah, Matt James, he manages to get that offload away to his partner. So aware of each other, been playing with each other for a few years now, and Bostock makes that break. There was no pulling him down. Then he gets the quick play. We bring it short side. We've got numbers on them. I thought Chappell was a bit greedy, to be fair. I thought he should have given the ball outside to Johnston. Shows what I know, because he goes inside, he takes the men, and he manages to get the ball down. Paul Sykes, he's got to send this over the sticks, and we got to be in front. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Well done to the defence at that other end, because we've held Leigh out, and it's meant we've come up the other field. And we're going to take the lead here, Ben.
An absolutely superb effort it was in the forwards, Joe. Matt James, as he's saying, Andy Bostock. A superb effort it was. And Paul Sykes now, with this conversion attempt, it should be straightforward. This will give Rovers a 2-point lead with 10 minutes left in the first half. Oh, that try was absolutely superb. It's got this place on its feet. Conversion successful. 10 minutes left in the first half here at the Big Fellas Stadium. Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 4.
You weren't expecting that, were you? But here we are. It's been such a close game. We've kept this Leigh side out so well, and they're going to be a bit knocked there. They're not used to teams taking it to them, this Centurion side, but they've made the trip over the Pennines and have come up against a tough opposition today. Now we've got to make sure we follow that try up well as it goes down the gullet of Will Sharp. He takes it to the left and Bostock barges into the line there.
Indeed he does. We've said it before, Teasdale from that's in half finds Ballwood. The big thing now, Rovers, if they can just get to half time, Joe, with the noses in front as Bostock drives in again. How much would a boost would it be to the Rovers side to go in, even with only a 2-point lead against the Centurions? It'd be a massive boost going in at half time.
It's huge. I mean, confidence is going to be essential. We are playing against full-time opposition, so realistically, there should be the side more fit in that final quarter of an hour. But if you've got the confidence, if you've got your noses in front and your heads are high, you just don't find yourself quite as tired now as Liam Kay's here on the kick return. But he's met by a wall of blue and white there, and he's well tackled by Paul Wood and Andy Bostock.
Here come Centurions now trying to work out so much danger across the whole of the Leigh side, though. You can't breathe for a minute. Here's Liam Kay. Centurions back in the Rovers half. Penkovic now. Brearley drops that ball off to Oliver Wilkes. Mike Emmett sees a gap and goes for it, but it's well closed. Bostock in there again. Here's the last tackle. Ridyard will dink a kick through the middle for Brearley to chase. But what cover from Rovers. From Remy Marsh, and they're able to see that cover. Close the chance down. And how much would Rovers love a penalty right about now, Joe?
Definitely, we need to get ourselves out of here because we're being met by some good defence. Martinet there taking the kick once more. He's got this knack of dropping back on the final tackle, a bit like an old-fashioned sweeper, and he's come away with the ball on so many occasions. Can really save your bacon when a player does that.
Irwin. Foster again. As Paul Wood comes off for Rovers. Just over half an hour for Paul Wood. And it's Mason Tonks who comes off. 7 minutes to half time. Rovers still with the noses in front. Here are the Centurions, so Armstrong now. He's a danger man if he gets open field. But well closed down by Irwin on that occasion. And Foster again. Haggerty. Rovers fans below us want a forward pass. Here's Moi Moi. That's a good drive from Fui Moi Moi. Oh, it gets Centurions up to 20. Ridyard. Brearley now. Tries to step inside. Here's the last. What's the play going to be? It's Ridyard with a crossfield kick towards Kane Armstrong. I think that might have come off Rovers. What's the referee saying? Yes. He said it's come off Leigh. It's going to be the turnover. But again, Joe, Rovers' defence absolutely superb in keeping out Centurions.
Certainly was. Defence has been huge today. I mean, it was always going to be, they come hard hitting and they're going to be a difficult team to break down, you know that. So You can't be letting him put many over the line down at the other end.
Here's Jamie Cording now. Rovers don't need to do anything fancy at the minute, Teasdale. It's an early kick from Marginet. That's a belter. If that goes dead, it doesn't, but what an effort from Marginet. From his own 20 to almost fine touch. Clever thinking. The Centurions winger hadn't dropped back far enough, Joe. If that had come off, that was genius.
Yeah, definitely spotted that the wind's blowing the right way for it, and so why not go for it early on? You've relieved some pressure, the defence weren't dropped for it, and you've allowed all your men to get back up and make sure you can try and hold them back.
Ridyard then just short of halfway. Bob Bezic is on for the Centurions. Penkovic has had a good stint. It is off with 5 minutes left. Bezic takes on the line. Ridyard. Really? Oh, that's a huge mistake for the Centurions. It's Michael Platt over on the far side. Rovers at the minute in the ascendancy defensively, matching up to the Centurions across the park at the minute, Joe. What an effort in this first half.
We've got on the ropes a bit, haven't we, Ben? I mean, we've come at them, and like we've said, this is the Leigh side who've dominated the division last year. They're undefeated already in this season, and Rovers are coming out at them, and I'm not sure they know how to handle it, Ben.
Undefeated this year, and it's not a case of Leigh playing the lesser teams. Victories for Leigh against Bradford and also Halifax as well. They won at Doncaster last week easily. So they're playing all the big teams and Rovers matching them. Here's Andy Bostock again. He's causing so many problems, and it's a penalty for Rovers. Andy Bostock has made such a difference, Joe, since he came on.
Yeah, Bostock, I mean, doesn't matter what level you play at, it's difficult to take a lump of meat running at you with such power as he does. And there you can see it again, frustration from Leigh, and it's a high tackle on Bostock. Earns us the penalty, and we're starting on their 30. Can we get over again? Can we extend our lead going into the dressing rooms, Ben?
It would be nice, wouldn't it? And here's Rovers now in Matt James. Luke Teasdale waits. Shows it to Bostock and then gets the offload away, but he was hit well by the Centurions. Teasdale goes himself. It was on the charge late. He was late at the play of the ball, and because he'd got the yardage, the speed up already, took that line on. A great kick from Marginet. Great play from McNally, and Rovers pinned them back. Centurions are getting frustrated. They're getting angry, Joe. Somebody's not happy with something. A superb kick from Marginet, though, to pin the Centurions back again.
Marginet showing a bit of that French flair with these outside of the boot kicks. And yeah, the Centurions aren't wise to them. But Will Sharp, he's chasing in on everyone like a rocket. He was there for that. We managed to pin them back. We've got to drop out 2 minutes to go. Come on, lads. Let's get another.
Listen to the noise here at the Big Fella Stadium. Such fine voice as the referee stops the clock. The Rovers fans around us, Joe, and over on that far side, absolutely loving what they're seeing today.
Definitely, and who wouldn't be, Ben? You know, the league leaders have come here, last year's champions, of course, and we're taking it to them. It's not just the fact that we're leading on the scoreboard. It's that our players aren't taking a backward step and they're going all out against this Leigh side. Frustration now as they hold up the resumption in play. Come on, we want to get on with it.
Certainly a bit of gamesmanship there. Here goes Bostock again. Centurions trying to take the sting out of the Rovers' tail. Here come Rovers now attacking down this centre field. It's Mason Tonks. He'll play the ball to Teasdale. Through the hands it goes. Marginet finds Will Sharp. That's good defence on that occasion. We're in the last 60 seconds here in the first half. Here's Chappell again. He's already got one. Good defence on that occasion, though. Joe's calling for the early kick. It's not the early kick, it's Alex Foster. Rovers on the 10. Here's Marginet. Gets the offload away. Rovers make a bit of a kerfuffle of that one. A very disappointing way to end the half, it has to be said. I don't quite know what went on there. But 30 seconds left of what's been an outstanding first half performance from Rovers. And it will be the turnover. I think the referee's saying it's a restart on the 20. Not quite sure about that call. From his look on Joe's face, neither is he. Nevertheless, with time up on the clock over on the far side, this is surely the last set of the first half. And if Rovers can just keep the Centurions out, pushing them back, really wanted the offload, then it didn't come. Here's Moi Moi now. He takes on the line. It's broken through. What a tackle that is by Paul Sykes. Absolutely outstanding. Porters are not gone. Oh, my Joe. What a superb tackle that was by Sykes. Not only making the tackle, but forcing the knock on as well.
He makes that break there and my heart skips a beat. We've had such a good half. It was so important to go in even with a narrow 2-point lead, but Paul Sykes tracks back and makes that all-important tackle. Brilliant, crucial piece of play there. Now as we get in the scrum set, you look, there's not a man drop. That I know it's getting a bit corny saying it, but oh, come on. It's virtually time, lads. We want to get on with it.
I think Joe gets fed up with me saying it a lot, but he's saying it now. No fullback from the scrum as Will Sharp takes on that line. The amount of teams you see do that and the amount of times they actually do it as well. And that's surely a bit of a high tackle maybe on Cording. It doesn't look impressed. Jai Hitchcock's now. Rovers on halfway. Cording again, Bostock. That's scrappy play from Rovers. A flop, surely a flop there. Rovers just need to settle things down, nothing fancy. Bostock offloads though to Teesdale. As the halftime hooter goes here at the Big Fella Stadium, and what I can only describe as an absolutely outstanding first half performance from Featherstone Rovers. The Centurions took the lead with a try from Leigh and Kay. A beautifully worked try it was over on this near side to work the offload, and he had acres of space to put the ball down in the corner. Ridyard couldn't convert, and that's the crucial difference. Rovers have been absolutely superb in this first half. It was a break from an offload from Matt James to Andy Bostock. Bostock with a superb break. A quick play of the ball to Nathan Chappell. And he looked like he'd taken the wrong option, taking on the line himself. But the confidence to go over for Rovers. Joe, quickly, your thoughts on the first half?
Great entertainment factor. Both sides definitely brought it. But Rovers, that's got to be the best performance we've had in one half all season. Great defence, which has allowed us to spring an attack. Just big heads up to Paul Wood, by the way. 33 minutes and was instrumental in making us dominant in some instances down the middle of the park.
Indeed he was. And so halftime here at the Big Fella Stadium. Rovers have the lead. A fantastic afternoon's entertainment. Make sure you come back for the second half. Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 4. Is that all right, that? I don't know if I pressed the button. I want to just check it. I don't know if I pressed the button. Johnson or not. No, I'm inside. I don't know if I pressed the button. Johnson or not. 1, 2. All right. Welcome back to the second half, folks, here at the Big Fella Stadium. Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 4. I don't know who'd have thought that one at half time, Joe. What if you're Andy Hay? What have you said at half time?
Lads, look around you. We're only going and beating Leigh at the moment, aren't we? You know, lads, you really just need to go out there and enjoy this second half. You finding yourself 2 points ahead of the league leaders. You know, defend that, go back at them. Just play the same way you did in that first half. Defensive effort was phenomenal, and down the middle, we were making some excellent yards. Support these breaks just like they do, and who knows, come the final whistle, we might find ourselves on top.
Indeed, and from a Centurions point of view, they'll be disappointed with that. Rovers have done a very good job on the halves. Ridyard and Brayley seen a lot of the ball, but it's all very lateral from them.
To an extent, yeah. I mean, you've got to pay credit to the Rovers' defence. The cover defence in particular is far better than what we saw last year and what we've seen in some of the games at the beginning of this season. Lead off the ball retention in attacking areas is something they've really lacked. Forever not being able to complete those sets in the attacking areas. They've had plenty of opportunities and only crossed the whitewash the once. They'll be disappointed with that, that's for sure.
Big shout outs for Rovers. Obviously, Andy Bostock instrumental in the Rovers try. Alex Foster as well in that first half. A good stint from him as well. Rovers just need more of the same.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about seeing Andy Bostock run through men much faster than him, but he really lifts your spirits. He makes you feel more jolly and more upbeat about your own performance. You can see that in the lads. The amount of times either we score off the one of the back of his offloads or off a quick play he gets because he's such a big forward. You know, opposition players can't handle him. He gets up, he plays the ball quickly, he gets the ball away. There's no holding him back.
Indeed, it was Centurions then who'll get first use of the ball in this second half. 40 minutes are on the clock. Hold on to your hats, folks. What a 40 minutes it's going to be. Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 4. It's going to be Paul Sykes who restarts this match. And there is the kickoff. Nobody seems to want it. It's taken by Johnny Poundall, though. Gets away from a couple. We've mentioned him just a minute ago. Andy Bostock in the tackle. Cording as well, and Rovers pushing Poundall back as well. Bob Bezic is on for Leigh. One of the things you'll say about Leigh from match in half, they are very dangerous, Joe. Starting off with Penkovic and then Bob Bezic.
Definitely two acting halfbacks who are very dangerous. We saw Andy Ellis supposedly walking a bit gingerly towards the end of that second half when he came off, so we've got to hope he's okay to continue. He was key in that performance in getting us up the field. And Luke Teasdale, whilst he's a very talented young player, perhaps he lacks the crucial experience in those final 10 minutes, so got to hope Andy Ellis is fit.
There's a kick from the Centurions. Will Sharp, safe as houses underneath it. The fans have changed ends at half time. Can't do that one at Leigh. And here are Rovers now with Tom Johnston. Will Sharp attacks in halfback. Sorry, no, it's Jai Hitchcock. Sorry, they both got shaved head. Jai Hitchcock, it was from that's in half. Here's Teasdale now. He sees a gap and takes on the line. That might have been a little bit high, Mr. Leatherbarrow. And here are Rovers now on the charge. I think Matt James has actually changed his shirt. That's got to be a knock on. Rovers have got the ball back. Rovers have managed to retain that ball. And then a penalty as well. Rovers fans below us were wanting a penalty, a knock-on given against Leigh. It wasn't given. Leigh trying to offload the ball stupidly. And then Rovers pounced on the ball, and then to top it all off, they get the penalty, Joe.
Yeah, it's not a knock-on. It's a good decision, actually. But then Leigh, I don't know why they didn't take the tackle, get the offload away, and deservedly, Cording comes away with the ball. Now we've got a chance, finding ourselves just outside of that 20 metres, looking to spring an attack. Andy Bostock working his way off, leaving defenders in his wake. There we are, the ball's into Mason Tonks, runs through the gap. Can't get in the clear.
Indeed, here's Bostock again on the charge. Andy Bostock is, superb play. Teasdale for the line. That's where Luke Teasdale is most dangerous, when he sees that gap. Rovers then working it wide. Here's Cording down this left-hand side. It's the last tackle for Rovers down the short side. Sykes with the offload. Rovers are over! It's Jai Hitchcock. He's not going to give it. What's he said here, Mr. Referee? It's called a forward pass, a let-off for the Centurions. But Joe, Rovers picking up where they left off in that first half.
Yeah, great last tackle play. Marjane saw there was space on the short side. Flicks out a very quick pass because the defenders were up on him, not wanting to let him get one of those outside of the boot kicks away. Then the ball goes out wide. There was space. Very unfortunate from the Rovers, but now need to pin Leigh back.
It's an early kick for Leigh for the wingers to chase. The Centurions are going to be over here, are they? Yes, they are. You're going to find this. Oh, the referee stopped the clock. The zero tackle it was. So the Centurions get the first score of the second half. Can't see who the try scorer was from here. Yes, it was Tom Armstrong. It was a superb break. An early kick from the Centurions. Rovers wingers weren't back. And it was great effort from Tom Armstrong to get that ball, hack it forward and get over the line. Disappointing from the Rovers' point of view. The Centurions draw first blood in the second half. Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 8. I'll come to Joe in a minute. Ridyard ain't going to miss this one. Indeed he doesn't. 5.5 minutes into the second half. Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 10.
Yeah, not the start we needed. You see, Rovers try disallowed at the other end, then we let Leigh come upfield. That early kick, it was a dangerous one. It was well chased. That's one thing this Leigh side does very well. Tom Johnston unable to take the ball under some pressure, and they come away with it. They scored a try. Find themselves in the lead now. We need a big response here once again.
Indeed, we do. We had the response in the first half, and we said it in the first half. Can't afford to let the heads drop, Joe. They are still very much in this game, as Ryan Braley doesn't want that kickoff. And here's Haggerty. Joe, Rovers just need to keep the composure. They're still very much in this match, and it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, definitely. There's only 4 points in it. It converted try, and we find ourselves in front once again. Bit of frustration there around the ruck area. That's good defence on the Rovers. Matt James there going into the collision with some real force now as Kurt Haggerty brings it to the line.
Indeed, Centurions coming forward with more purpose. That's a good kick through. That has found touch. So Centurions, a sensible set, it has to be said there from Leigh, Joe. Just getting to the end of that set, finding touch. Penn Rovers back in their own half and make Rovers start from their own 30.
Yeah, it's a clever end to the set there from Bezic, kicking the ball out of play, making sure it bounces, and now they've got Rovers pinned on their 25, and more importantly, they're able to set their defence.
Referee just in discussion with the Leigh pack at the minute and the Rovers pack. As Remy Martinet waits to feed the scrum, the pack not packing down. So the scrum is out. And here's Will Sharp. He takes on that Leigh line. Sam Irwin is not happy with something in that Rovers lineup. I don't know what. But absolutely bellowing instructions at somebody. Here goes Bostock. Offloads that pass. Oh, that was a swinging arm. A swinging arm there from the Centurions. It was Mike Emmett. And the Rovers player has stayed down. It's Remy Martinet. Joe, that was a bit of a swinging arm there, I think.
Yeah, we don't want to see malicious play like that. By the looks of it, Martinet's okay, but the ball now out to the back. Irwin puts the kick in the air into the wind. It's blowing back. It's a great chase from Johnston, though, and it's important because it pins Leigh back on that 30. They didn't want a kick return there, that's for sure.
Certainly not. So the Centurions now on the 40. And here come Leigh now, trying to work into the Rovers half. Here they are now. 4-point lead for the Centurions. 9 minutes on the clock in the second half. Through the hands it goes. That's clever play. It's Tommy Goulden, but well wrapped up on that occasion. Bezic finds Ridyard. Through the hands it goes, and McNally. Armstrong with a kick for the corner. Just too deep for Liam Kay. I'll say something, Joe. You can see the confidence flowing in this Leigh side at the minute.
Yeah, they've got their tails up. I'm looking at 30 minutes to go, and yeah, he had too much of a mammoth stint really in the first half. But I think we need Paul Wood back out on the field now to bring some composure to this Rovers side. Because, yeah, they've come out and they're wanting it, Leigh, now. Need someone who's going to help add some calm to the team and really nail it into him.
Is this a sort of situation you're looking for that calming influence, Joe? Where you're looking for, you normally look for someone like Gareth Moore to come into the side. Just take control in the middle of the park and get the sensible kicks away at the right time.
Yeah, perhaps it is. Leigh are definitely doing that. They're putting some good kicks into the corner, making sure they're bouncing dead. We saw there after Martinet was taken out by Emmett that we only had one option on the kick realistically with Irwin. And Irwin's kick into the wind only got us up to the 30. Lifted way above vertical there for my money. But it's been let go there, and to Eastdale. Yeah, the ruck play, Leigh were wise to it that time.
Certainly, whereas Martinet with a high kick. That's a good kick. Splits those two defenders back there. And here's the return. And that's a good return. And Leigh again, though, starting on the 30. And that's a lateral run from the Centurions. It's Michael Platt. Centurions again, though, starting in good possessions. They're able to get over the advantage line at the moment. And here's Moyi. He gets Centurions into the Rovers half again. That's a superb effort. Oh no! Martin Ridyard is held up. What a tackle on Martin Ridyard. Outstanding defence. I thought he was over, Joe. I was just about to say credit to the Centurions for what was a superb play. But Ridyard held up from what can only be superb defence, and Rovers knock it dead. That's going to be a dropout from under sticks. But where did the Rovers defence come from?
Alex Foster instrumental once again there. being able to hold up Martin Midyard along with a host of other defenders, but absolutely fantastic, desperate defence from the Rovers. Comes up trump now, though, as Baldwinson and Paul Wood are ready to enter the field. Those two with their work rate were instrumental in gaining us that lead and making sure that we were dominant down the middle in the first half. We need them back on now, and they're going to return. Now with this dropout, McNally has the ball. He brings it right to Moi, who charges into the line. He pieced off the first defender with arguably an elbow there, Mason Tonks, but does well to make the tackle around the legs.
Indeed he does, as Oliver Wilkes returns for Leigh. And Leigh are over this time. The Centurions are over on that occasion, able to force the repeat set. And then it was a break through the line for the Centurions. It was Tommy Goulden who went over. So the Centurions stretched that lead out to an 8-point lead. A 2-score lead, which I fancy could be crucial. It's Bostock who's coming off, and also I think it's Mason Tonks. Baldwinson and Wood are waiting back on now. It is Mason Tonks and Andy Bostock come off. Round of applause beneath us for Andy Bostock. Ridyard ain't going to miss this kick, so it's a 10-point lead for the Centurions. It's not an unassailable lead by any means. I've seen teams come back from 2-score leads with 25 minutes to go, Joe. But Rovers now, you call for Paul Wood back on to calm things down. Here he is. Can Rovers get back in this match?
Well, yeah, we've called him on to calm things down, but if anything, things need to get a bit mental for the Rovers now, because we've got to find some way of consistently getting up the upper end of the field, playing into this wind and playing against a fantastic Leigh defence. Got to hold your hands up there. Fantastic bit of play. They bring it inside after playing it one way, and yeah, they're through the middle of us. They split the defence well there and take advantage of it. It's a set move and it's come off for them nicely.
It has. Rovers have been undone. The 3 tries Leigh has scored have been top quality tries. And here are Rovers now. Centurions now, sorry. Rovers just need to try and keep the heads up. Leigh are on a roll. You can see they're on the roll. It's Jamie Acton now. Through the hands now, Braley. Down this short side come the Centurions. As Michael Platt it was. Braley again though. Here's Oliver Wilkes. Centurions are back in the Rovers 40. There's a kick through from Braley. Will Sharp comes across. That's too deep. So it'll be a restart on the 20. Problem is for Rovers, Joe, every time Leigh are getting over that advantage line with ease at the minute.
When they do get over that advantage line as well, if they're able to do it in broken play, they're getting the ball away, and this support is shining through. We said their full-time outfit, and Rovers need to make sure they're able to track back and cover these runners.
Baldwinson plays the ball to Teasdale. Rovers attacking down the short side now. It's Cording. What an offload that is to Sykes. A wild pass inside, but Wood picks it up and moves it on. What a tackle though on Will Sharp by Armstrong. Marchionnet. Out that far side it goes. It's Alex Foster again, I think. Coming up to the last quarter here at the Big Fella Stadium. Wood again. Gets an offload away as well to Irwin. Makes another 5 meters. Rovers, when you're behind back with a 2-score lead, you've got to try these things, and you got to credit Rovers for trying them. But great kick pressure on Rovers, on Marchionnet there. And the Centurions needed a man on his outside, then did Pownell. You saw him look to the wing as they, where's the man on the outside? This one's getting tasty, Joe.
Definitely is. Referee doesn't know what to do here. There's moving off the mark. There's offsides all over the shop. Yeah, this one, it's really starting to boil over now as they switch the sides again, and Briley's step. But Paul Sykes is wise to it, makes the tackle. Now they're bringing it down short again. Platt's got the ball. He gets the ball away on the offload. It comes loose, but Hitchcock's great cover tackle there now, fifth and last.
Brayley with the high kick. What a take that is. Over on that far side, as we're going to see the return of Tim Spears. And off goes Matt James. So the captain's back on. We're also going to see Mason Tonks as well. I think it's Teasdale who's come off. So Irwin will now move to hooker. Joe, how are we going to reshuffle now?
Yeah, we see Irwin's gone into hooker here to cover Teasdale, who's come off the field. That makes me think that Ellis's injury was serious. As Margany drops to that short side, puts the kick in. He's taken on the full, though. Yeah, by the looks of it, Paul Sykes is going to be coming into standoff position as they get the ball away there. And here, coming down the right side, is the Centurions. Well tackled there by the Rovers. Need to make sure we get back on side. Yeah, Sykes has gone in to cover that other halfback role now, and Cordin's filling in at centre on this left side.
So a switch around for Rovers. Was a great break down this near side for Johnny Pownell. Here are the Centurions again, though. Brayley. McNally. Seems to stop, runs into his own player and seems to stop dead. Pownell now. That's a great kick through. Is it back to one? The referee's wide, said tackle count clean. How you can say that we played at that one, I don't know. But the referee's wide, the tackle count clean. And you got to fancy you could see Leigh crossing here, Joe.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the player was expected to stand, but if they worked their way over, held up. Important call there. 20 minutes to go now, and it's all kicking off. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The time's been taken off as a crowd of players gathering the centre of the field. This one could take a bit of splitting up, Ben.
It certainly could. It was a great effort in defence from Rovers again to hold the player up. And then as the Centurions were going back, it was Haggerty who was held up. And as the Centurions going back, something's gone off somewhere. All three officials on the pitch. When play resumes, it will be Centurions will be playing the ball on their own 10-metre line. Referee in discussion with his touch judges. On our 10-metre line even, yes. Referee's calling out Paul Wood, I think. And he's also calling out a Centurions player. Jamie Acton's called out. So it is going to be a play the ball on the 10-metre line, not on the 8-metre line, thank you. Tim Spears is going in at marker. Here's Brayley, McNally. Pownell again. And another penalty for Leigh. Rovers, Joe, struggling at the minute, need to keep the discipline. It's almost as if they're inviting Leigh to get over the line.
Yeah, it really is. You can't be conceding penalties against this Centurion side because we can't afford to defend repeat sets against them. They're coming at us hard again and again. It's a good tackle there into the legs from Irwin, and coming over the top, it's Jamie Cordin on Kurt Haggerty. But yeah, now they're bringing it inside. It's good long passing there. Briley to Ridyard, and now they've got loose with it, but it's great cover defense from the Rovers once again. Great play here. Briley brings it out wide. Can they get the ball loose here on the right side? Good defense once again.
Outstanding defense from Rovers to keep out the Centurions at the minute. Here's Haggerty. Ridyard, McNally, Armstrong. It's held up inches short. Plays the last tackle. You have to say it's a soft try from dummy half. It's Kurt Haggerty who's got it. But hang on, has he give it? Yes, it has been given. It was Kurt Haggerty, it was. You've got to say superb effort from Rovers in the whole set. Then just at the end of the set, it was from dummy half. And Kurt Haggerty able to drop over that line. We've got 16 minutes left here at the Big Fella Stadium. The Centurions have a 14-point lead with a kick to come. It's Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 20.
Yeah, half an hour, each 10-minute spell. Leigh have been able to score a try in the second half, and it's not the stuffing out of Rovers a bit. You look, 16 minutes left on the board. It's probably too much of a comeback to make, but let's get ourselves back in touching distance. Let's make sure we finish the game on a high. And, you know, make sure that they know they've had a game. They'll certainly know from that first half performance, but make them dread the visit of Featherstone Rovers to the Leigh Sports Village when they see that coming up on the fixture list.
And also at the Blackpool as well, and Featherstone play late at Blackpool as well. So Rovers have got another 2 matches against Leigh this year, and that Blackpool match in the Summer Bash, as it's been called, and in the Middle Eight when we get to the Middle Eight. Positive thinking there from Joe. This rivalry between the Rovers and Leigh going back to last year is certainly not over by a long way. Plenty more to come, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. 2 great sets of supporters as well. Both teams bring a huge travelling support, and it's given us a great atmosphere here today. Acton bringing the ball into the line well there, but he's met well by the defence equally. They're finding themselves 20 metres out to start this set, but then they're awarded a penalty. Hands in the tackle. Not what we want it to do here. We don't want to relieve pressure on this side. Finding themselves out of the danger zone once again.
Indeed, poor discipline again for Rovers. The Centurions haven't found touch. That is a huge mistake. Trying to play for the yards, trying to be clever, get the good yards, but great play from Johnston to snuff that chance out. And here's Baldwinson. Joe, it's a cardinal sin not finding a touch from a penalty. What an opportunity here now for Rovers. And another penalty as well.
Yeah, the tackle there on Sykes earns us yet another penalty. You can't be doing that if you're the Centurions. You find yourselves in front, you've got to follow up well. Johnston takes it back well, though, and Rovers going to find themselves in another good attacking area here. Can they make more use of it now? Taking the tap this time. Baldwinson brings it to the right side. Come on, we want in a quick play, lads.
Irwin waits, attacking halfback. He'll move that ball inside. Sykes now. Marginet. Here's Cording. Rovers are in the 20. A score here for Rovers. And it's a 10-point lead for the Centurions. Marginet again finds Paul Wood trying to batter through. Marginet, Sykes spreads it out wide. Shrugs off there. Rovers on the charges. Nathan cut Centurions off like he was swatting a fly. Trying to slow the play of the ball down there, though. Here's Sykes again. Drops it off to Baldwinson. Rovers certainly not giving this one up. They know there's still a lot to play for here. Rovers still going on that far side. Here's Marginet. Puts a dink over. Cording! Oh, what a superb effort from the Centurions. It's offside. Cording was in front. Jamie Cording, unfortunately, was in front of the kicker. But Rovers showing what they can do, though, Joe. And if Centurions fail to find touch again, who knows where this could go.
I was amazed that we got let off with the offside, but no, sure enough, we get hauled back for it. And yeah, I don't think you make that kind of mistake twice within the space of 5 minutes. Here we are, though, Centurions being able to get out of the danger zone once again, then, or at least we think this time it finds the sideline with ease. And they start 40 metres out. It's going to take a big defensive effort now.
It is moving that ball inside. Centurions obviously have a set play in mind here. Sam Barlow in at dummy half. That's an unusual one. Gets the Centurions into the Rovers half and the offload away. And Sam Barlow's having a go with Nathan Chappell there. One thing I'll say about Sam Barlow, with a football in hand, he's a very good player, but he has got a bit of a temper on him, Joe.
To an extent, Barlow does, but he's very good at aggravating the opposition equally and probably causes more sin binnings than he receives.
Penkovic is back on, so the hooker's rotated again for Leigh. That's a pass round the back and Armstrong. It was passed out to Haggerty, Haggerty to Armstrong. There goes the game. The Centurions over again with 11 minutes left to play here. Superb play down that left-hand side again. Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 26. It's tight to the touchline. Let's see if Ridyard can kick it. But moving the ball out left, and the legs are tiring now, Joe. The full-time play coming into effect, maybe. But you've got to give credit for Rovers today. They haven't given up at all.
Yeah, well done to the lads. You do say that full-time might be coming into play here, but I'm not so sure. Leigh have always looked dangerous when bringing the ball out wide, and the ball retention is far better in this second half. Perhaps that's coming up trumps for them. Haggerty does well once again to get the offload away there. We've seen that for too long now. He's continuing to do it here at the Centurions. Once again, that conversion doesn't go over, so the gap remains 20 points here. Perhaps the scoreline doesn't reflect how close the game's been, but yeah, been blown away to an extent in this second half.
20 unanswered points in the second half for the Centurions. 4 tries, 22, sorry, my apologies. 4 tries, 10 minutes. Rovers can still win this one. Is that wishful thinking? Here's the kickoff, though, from Rovers. Pownell takes that, and there's that first drive. Here's Goulding now from acting half. That's good play, though. Takes that tackle. Ball is moved through the hands of Ridyard. Moving out to that far side, the Centurions. They've seen I'm not sure if Centurions have seen a weakness on our right-hand side defence second half, Joe. They've certainly seen a lot of the attacking play down that side.
Yeah, there's an argument for that, but of course, that being the side of Armstrong, Haggerty, and Kay as Fury makes the break down the middle. He sends it inside. Bradley's come away with the ball now. He brings it to this right side, and Platt goes over. They're starting to rub it in a little bit here, Ben.
They certainly are showing the quality there, the Centurions. Michael Platt it was with a break from Philly Moi. The try from Philly Moi. The break, sorry, it was. Through the gap and then through the hands it went. Superb interchange of passing. Found its way to Michael Platt, who was over for the Centurions. Sometimes, Joe, you've got to say credit where credit's due, and you just got to take your hat off to a team like this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be disappointed to not cut off those supporting runners. But it's a feature you're seeing in many of Leigh's games. You're not just seeing it against the Rovers, but you're seeing it repeatedly. And that is a side that knows each other, Ben. They can see the breaks coming and they make sure that they're there in support. And when they do, they're off the cuff play. Some of it is simply sublime. And it lets them score tries like that.
It's almost a telepathic understanding they have with each other, isn't it? They've crossed that back seven. The likes of Ridyard and Braley. Then you've got Armstrong and Kay and Pownell coming off them. It is almost a telepathic link they've got.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, you could see that when Moi broke through. He's a new addition this season, but he's burst through and he's looking both sides of him because he knows there'll be faster runners on his shoulder. There were plenty on the shoulder of that man, and again and again. There's that many players getting forward. Every little break, every little half break even, they're looking like scoring.
Batley currently beating Bradford. That'll be a turn up for the Bucks if that stays the same at the Mount Pleasant, or Mount Not So Pleasant as some people call it. Here is Centurions, so in possession again, it's Liam Kay. Moi again. Causes so much danger as Moi has had a much better second half than he had in the first half. A quiet first half by his standards, but a much better second half from him. There's the kick through. And when things aren't going your way, things aren't going your way. Will Sharp with what should have been a simple take, but knocking the ball forward. It's going to be a scrum down heading feed 25 metres out to the Centurions with 5 minutes left on the clock. Joe?
Sometimes it just doesn't bounce for you, does it? Leigh have really come at us in this second half, and it doesn't help when we can't return a kick. They're pinning us back repeatedly. They've had so much of the ball. We've complemented their ball retention already, and that's been instrumental in their success in this second period. Now, great defense from the Rovers as they take him out to touch, but held was called by the referee, and so he's going to award the penalty.
You have to say, Fui Moi in the second half, Joe, has been outstanding for the Centurions. Rovers did such a good job in the first half, but it's just run right this second half.
Definitely, but you've got to pay credit to the other front rowers. They're putting in the minutes to let him be spelled, and means when he does come onto the field, he can add a real impact to this side. Now as they're bringing it down the left, it's Ridyard into McNally. McNally tries to wriggle free, but well done that Rovers defence. I know we've conceded a lot of tries when having our heads down. They're dropping on and hands in by the looks of it from the referee. Awards the penalty, and it's another repeat set from the Centurions. Yeah, sometimes you just can't take this much of pressure on your own line. The ball there out to the left, it was a marginal one, but they find their way over in the corner. It's Kay once more.
A simple try it was from the penalty conceded. One play, one pass out wide. Liam Kay taking on the winger on that far side. Able to get the ball down. Rovers now are dead on the feet. And I'm sorry to say, it looks like in this second half, we're going to see a scoreline similar to Bradford. But Joe, I'll say one thing, a far different performance to the Bradford match.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we came out of the blocks well, as did Leigh, to be fair to them. This wasn't the struggling side we saw in that opening 20 minutes from Bradford, who grew into the game. They were really going at it, but definitely this Rovers side have performed well, particularly that man there, Paul Wood, leaving the field. Huge in asserting some dominance in some areas against a big Centurions back in that first half. They've come out and shown their class in this second period, though, and it's difficult to stop a team like this sometimes.
The old cliche comes in, Joe. When you're on a roll, you're on a roll, and everything just seems to go for you. And this second half, that's been the story for Leigh. Everything they've done has come off. From their point of view, been an almost faultless second half.
Yeah, definitely. They had their tails up. They were flinging passes about, and everything was sticking. They put on some lovely passages of play, though, particularly when they switched the play from either side of the ruck. And all the runners, they are a team that know each other well, and that's ringing true. Rovers, different set of halfbacks every week. Is that costing us?
Could well be a factor. Rovers struggling to get a settled team in together at the moment. There's the kickoff. It's well taken by Michael Platt. Cording in attendance. Here's Jamie Acton now. $2,695, and there's a mistake from Leigh. A knock on that play, so Rovers are going to get another chance for more points. It's by no means the same attendance as it was against the Bulls, but a healthy attendance, though. Would you expected more here, Joe?
Well, arguably you'd expect more, but, there's less away support than there was against Bradford. It was a disappointing defeat that time, and it's a bit gloomy out. So, yeah, getting above 2,500, it's a cracking result, isn't it, attendance-wise?
And here is Rovers now. What a dart that is from Hitchcock. On that short side, trying to catch them out. Irwin now. Spears is on. He takes that little ball in. Rovers 15 metres out, centre field. Sykes joins that line. Oh, it's an intercept. It's Ryan Briley who's away. Martinet chasing him down. He's not going to catch him. Ryan Briley going fully 70 metres. Martinet chasing him down. Tom Johnston ran all the way from the other wing to try and close him down. But sorry to say, Bradford did it a fortnight ago. Leigh have done it again. Featherstone Rovers 6. Leigh Centurions 40.
Disappointing there, they've made the break downfield, and Briley had more pace than Jean-Philippe Bale did for the Bulls the other week when Martinet was able to track back and make the tackle on that occasion. This time, not so. They're tossing up 40 here today, but you've got to hope the lads can take something out of the performance at least today. If we perform like we did in that first half against Leigh, if we perform like that against other sides, then we could put the game to bed in the first half.
Certainly can. That's certainly been the positive in this first half, in this match for Rovers. Been the first half performance. But you've got to give credit where credit's due. Centurions this second half have been outstanding, and the conversion attempt off the post. Seven tries in the second half for the Centurions, though. As the club are announcing the sponsors man of the match. And that's given to Sam Irwin. Joe, any arguments with that, or have you got someone else in mind?
Well, Irwin's had an important game, but I'm afraid it's difficult to give it to... Oh, and the ball comes loose there. Rovers tried to come away with it, but the ball's kicked out from a Bradford boot, I think. He's going to be head and feet to the Rovers. Yeah, I think it's difficult to get to a half, but when you say that we were lacking Gazmore so much with his long kicking game, I think territorially that cost us big time early in this first half. So my man of the match personally would be Paul Wood, because, yeah, he gave some real stick to that Bradford defence in the first half. He ran it in strong and was always strong with ball. What?
Don't you mean the Leigh defence?
Yeah, to the Leigh defence, all right. Oh, John Key running it in because he's got a ball there too. Sorry about that one. Yeah, Paul Wood today for me, because sometimes... and we've earned a penalty here. Go on, lads, let's get a tap. Let's get another score on the board. Give people something to remember, something to cheer about. yeah, you have these big names come in as the ball comes loose there. Sometimes they're let down, but Paul Wood this season certainly hasn't been. Marganet getting the ball out wide there again. And unfortunately, Chappell's out ball. Attempts the offload there. Please don't trip over that wire, Ben. You might fall down on the gantry. The ball's out to touch, and that's the game.
It is. The chance was on. The winger had moved in, though, from Nathan Chappell. And Nathan Chappell trying the offload out to the winger. That's going to be the match. The clock's down to 0. Bostock in possession, though. Somehow Rovers have come back up with it. But a catalogue of errors. The Centurions back in possession. I think Rovers, Joe, just want this one to be over now. Regroup next week for the trip up to Whitehaven. A knock-on is called by the referee there. So Rovers going to get another chance in the 20 just to try and get a bit of confidence back, because 2 home defeats by 40 points. Yes, granted against your big rivals, but it's going to knock your confidence, surely.
Could well do. Perhaps they can look to focus on that first half performance and say, we've come up against a good side today. We did want to play against these big teams, and they're punishing us. Mistake there out the back of the scrum. The ball comes too fast. Irwin lets it go, and it goes between his legs. Will Sharp picks it up and gets away, though. Hitchcock's now taking the ball, passes it into Marginet. Spears takes it in. The hooter goes, and there we are. 80 minutes all up. Great first half performance. Second half went a bit to pot. Ah, well.
A super. So there it is. That is a full-time hooter here at the Big Fella Stadium. Started off well for the Centurions with a try after 8 minutes for Liam Kay. An overlap superbly worked in the left-hand corner in front of their own fans. Nathan Chappell hit back after 25 minutes for Rovers with a superb try, which was converted by Paul Sykes. And that stayed as you were at half-time. And Rovers go in at half-time. You can see a glimmer of hope there. You can see the confidence in the players. But Rovers in the second half are nilled. Tried for Armstrong, Golden, Haggerty. Armstrong again, Platt, and Liam Kay. The Centurions have got a 40-point win again. 2 home games in a bounce, a 40-point defeat. Joe, disappointing.
Yeah, definitely. It's also cold.
Okay, folks, that's it. Full time here. Get yourself up to Whitehaven next week in the Challenge Cup. Featherstone Rovers 6, Leigh Centurions 40.
Once again, next time, Featherstone will be Friday, and Broncos, followed by Sheffield Eagles.